Hello everybody, and welcome to part 2 of The Letter. This game is fucking terrifying, I'll give it that. I only had one scare, and it was pretty fucking genuine, but eh. Also, got a new pair of headphones, so not using the shitty headphones that I was using before, not using my webcam headphones, and I'm not using my old PlayStation recording headphones because they were fucked up. And surprisingly, these were $5 and I did a mic test. They sounded pretty damn good, so. Anyway, let's get it. Please don't scare me again. Okay. There's just a new game thing. Okay. There's some Oculus trip music. Listen to the background. Even the way he spins his answers to answer my questions, just enough to satisfy my curiosity, but not enough to paint the whole picture. At one point, his voice takes on a strained tone when he mentions something about the big case, but I don't dwell on it much. That's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't bring someone to justice because they kept slipping out of your fingers? If I were in his shoes, I'd definitely lose my mind. His stories never cease to be entertaining regardless. Lady, you have so many interesting stories, like the time you found a body stuffed in a sofa, which I am still very eager to hear. If things weren't the way they were back home, maybe I would have considered taking on the same job as him? Well, nope, not really. Mama would never allow that. Yeah, that's the same problem with me. But the idea is still there, along with countless others I've let go. Oh god, we're back to the yawning. Time passes quickly between us in this manner, and before I know it, we're already at the movie's house. I wonder where Luxembourg is anyway, if that's a fictional town or what. A small crowd has already formed in front of the theater when I arrive. The Lift Feast, short for Luxembourg Entertainment, Film, and Theater Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually. This year's no different. I've only been to a few indie film screenings with Zach, so I'm not an expert on the matter. But I know that for people hoping to make a break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is already a big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zach. He hasn't even won an award, but just getting the confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include his movie in this year's lineup already put a grin on his face in 4 weeks. Speaking of the guy, he's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, same height as me too, damn. He appears to loom over most of the moviegoers, and with his large build and heavy voice, there's no surprise when people will give him a wide berth as they pass by. It's often easy to mistake him for someone intimidating at first glance. I did, back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard, once early in their friendship.
Oh! Hey, you guys! Hey. Long time no see!
Hey, gonna go back.
Oh, there's Zach!
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
Zach's face lit up with a smile at his own. Zach's face lightened up with a smile of his own. He moved toward us with careful steps, taking a significant effort not to make himself smaller so as to not bump or accidentally hit anyone. Typical Zach. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand in greeting.
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
Don't ever do that again. Oh god. Please knock his ass out. The face! The awkwardness that descends within the immediate vicinity of our small group is palpable enough. Somewhere to our left, a girl giggles and only when I... Somewhere to our left, a girl giggles and only when only then do I become aware of my mouth hanging open. I'm almost amazed how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Doesn't look very straight. Almost. Considering his track record, wouldn't it be used... I should be used to it by now. Zach seems to be.
Yo, stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
Oh my god, I fucking love that line. I gotta listen to that again. Hang on.
Yo, stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
Oh my god, that's fucking priceless. I don't know why I find that fucking hilarious. Probably because I've been there. There's fondness underneath his exasperated tone. If this were any one other person, he'd likely be offended. But years of friendship and familiarity have made those words harmless to the other's ears. Or at least enough for them to take it in stride.
It's been a while, Zach.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Yeah, I found a body in the sofa. I mean, I still want to hear that story. I mean, I got a story too about how I almost got my ass chewed on, but let's not tell that story.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with chicken down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
What? Okay.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
A beat passes, and then Zach laughs.
Hey, I'm kidding! You know you can always count on me.
It's a story only the two of them are privy to. Every now and then, Ash will enlist Zach's help on something. Look at that fucking stupid grin that Zach has. It's kind of weird saying Zach to someone else, like calling them that. I mean, seriously, that's my name. That's... Becca and I never really found out what the real deal is with those adventures, as Ash calls it, and both are willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. She insists that if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Well, boys will be boys, I guess. I give Zach a small wave from behind Ashton when his attention eventually turns to me.
Bella! Huh? Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning.
So, I'm here and you fucking sit there like, Bella! And then you're like, oh wait, she's not here. What about me? You gonna say hi to me, bitch? No? Okay.
You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
And it's true. They've known each other far longer than any of us in the group. Childhood friends
But
and
don't
all.
worry, Zach. She's probably on her way here now. She promised she wouldn't miss your movie. Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Speaking of the devil, without warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me around.
Becca! You're just in time!
I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost... I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost invading my personal space, but she places a hand on either side of my head to keep me still. She stares at me intently, concern filling her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face. How are you? Are you alright? Why wouldn't I be? Rose called me earlier.
Oh shit. Those 4 words tell me all I need to know. since I didn't have any family close by, and the only other relative I have there works on the far side of the country, I gave my company Bella's contact number in case of an emergency. I should have known Rose would call her. I pushed Becca's hand away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today. That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Beside me, Ash snickers. I fight back the urge to elbow him in place of trying to avoid Becca's hand as she tries to reach out for the said area. I do my best to dodge her, all that once moving to hide behind Zach. Sorry if you use a human shield, Zach.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that. You blacked out? It's not something to brush off.
No, but the fact that she doesn't have any symptoms of a concussion after this long, she doesn't have a concussion.
Come on, at least let me check it. It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there. Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow, thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Something crosses Becca's face, but it's gone before I can figure out what it is. It's jealousy.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
Yeah, jealousy. That's definitely jealousy.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zach's film. We can always watch it some other time. Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
I shoot him a pleading look. Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point.
God damn it.
In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it. You're not missing it. We're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash's loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks, something he usually does when he's getting impatient. As do I do that shit too.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either.
Yes, listen to the cop.
Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
Why are you getting so jealous?
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca voices it out. When, at least, she releases a deep breath, she nods, albeit with great reluctance. I immediately tackle her into a hug.
Thanks, Becca. It's always been you with him, isn't it? Did you say something? Me? Nothing. Don't mind me. If you say so.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside. Anyone here has a smaller bill?
I think I do. Hold on.
I pull myself off of Becca and get my wallet from my bag.
What's this?
It's in Ash's hand. Oh, no. Well, that's how these three get fucked up. It's already in Ash's hand before I can even react. Behind him, Becca and Zach are both giving giving the piece of paper an intrigue.
No! Give it back!
It's just a paper.
I don't care! Give it!
It looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
I try to reach for it, but he holds the paper way above his head. I'd have tackled his ass. He doesn't know what the hell is getting into. I've never been particularly sensitive about my own height, but right now, I really wish I could take advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay, now I'm curious.
I'm telling you, it's nothing like that. It's...
The rest of my words are lost when he unfolds the paper. Get another trophy. Too early for Halloween. Yeah, they're fucked. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Well, I mean, technically I've done showed it to 5 people, so she's safe. Or Isabella's safe, at least. So... now it's a matter of whether or not she's gonna be lone survivor, or if she's gonna be, like, you know... like, how's this gonna work? Honestly, I hope not. I don't want to get all of them out. But here's the thing, first time playing this, that ain't gonna happen. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I know how my hands are trembling at their sides, or at my sides. Clasping them together doesn't do any good. They're still shaking, but I hang on to them regardless. The awful sick weight... The awful sick weight that has taken its core... The awful sick weight that has taken its core in my stomach back in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix... You don't need to say it 3 times. Someone please. Today is turning out to be a horrible nightmare.
Send this to 5 people or else. Well, that's... interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Nash waves the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its content. I don't need to see it. I don't want to see. The letters, the words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I should have thrown it away when I had the chance. That way...
It's not a prank.
It makes all of them stop. Even I'm surprised at how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed. You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
You know, I kind of hope the ghost gets her ass. I mean, I hope it doesn't kill her, but I mean, I hope she eats those words.
It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Honestly, I fucking left after he said that.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
That portrait was kind of scary.
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing.
You mean before? It happened before? Or are you talking about the fall happened after? Whatever.
We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Without another word, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hands and stuffed it back in my bag with more force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed, saw ghosts, probably lost sale, got kicked out of an open house I'm supposed to be hosting, my own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. On top of all that, there's a dull ache in the back of my head begging for a little attention I can't afford to give right now. Honestly, there's only so much a person can take within a single day. I just want to go home, curl up in bed, never think about this day again. but before I could take a single step away
Guys!
from the door, Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point. Even when there's a point he wants to drive home, and hearing him take on that tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Rebecca. Honestly, Ash looks more like, duh? And look at that face. Whatever harsh words yet to come out of the argument immediately die down on our tongue.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together? We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
He has a point. Ash, for all of his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call her this morning as a reminder. He never does that. Becca too. I'm pretty sure there was another reason. I'm pretty sure that's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet despite Zach's attempt to lighten things up, or Ash and Becca's whatever that word is, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless, so careless. Maybe leaving is a better decision for all of us. Frankly, yeah, I don't want to. I kind of have. It would be like a necessity. You kind of gotta stay. I mean, because here's the thing. He's asked, basically pleading for you to stay. These two done had that moment of like, yeah, maybe it's, yeah, we need to calm down. So basically, that turned me into the bad guy if I was to go home. So, oh, well, I was partially right. Rebecca is pissed off at me. Frankly, I don't care. I don't really care for Rebecca after that whole fucking Honestly, these two are not my favorite at the moment. Any other day, I'd excuse myself and go straight home. But this is something special to Zach, something he's worked so hard to bring to his life. I should know better. I might be having a bad day, but being with a few friends I care about far outweighs the idea of spending the rest of the day throwing a tantrum alone in my room. And what if this thing in the attic follows me home? I don't want to be left with my thoughts after them either. I can still see it whenever I close my eyes. Now that makes both of us. Like I said, that scared the fucking shit out of me. I was not expecting it to look like that. And maybe, if I stay, let our heads cool down first before telling them what happened. They'll listen to me. There's nothing you can't solve with a calm head. One step at a time, Isabella. That's what Mama used to say. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zach. That's kind of what my decision was based off of. Like, I did not want to do that. A smile is back on my face when I look back.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
I'ma knock the fuck out of you. He realized his fucking mistake. This time, I really do send an elbow straight into his stomach. Stupid Ash, being vertically challenged has its perks too. Well, if you're so low, I'd have hit him in the nuts.
What was that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one!
Aw, don't cry.
Oh, they changed his name to Ashhole.
Stop it!
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too! If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call after her. Ash and I exchange looks at that. The same question likely swimming inside our minds. Did something happen at school after I left? Is she having a bad day too? I'll try asking about it later, I guess.
So, you guys go catch up with her. I'll go get us the food I promised.
But you'll miss it.
Didn't you say watching a movie without food ain't fun? And it ain't like I haven't seen it. I made it, remember? I'll be in there soon.
One friendly tap on the soldier. One friendly tap on the shoulder. There we go. And then he's gone. A few moviegoers are still milling about. Some are still waiting in line for tickets, but otherwise, most of the crowd is already inside. There's nothing much for us to do here now. Not a word of protest comes from me when Ash gestures for the two of us to move in, to head inside.
And then?
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Absolutely sure.
Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered toward what happened in the mansion. Yeah, that's kind of the downside of my decision, too. To be fair, Zach's the one that brought it up again. Oh, well, shit, that's... I mean, if he's willing to listen... At least if one of them's willing to listen, I can at least save one. Even if Ashhole and Becca is just an asshole. Shit. Yeah. It was his own, in his own movie premiere. Now the film's just serving as the background noise while we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We'd all get kicked out for sure. Though with how loud Ash's voice is, we'll probably get thrown out way before any arguments happen. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. I didn't know any better. I think we did something that offended her. Correction. You did something that offended her. You showed up with Ash, who she has a very clear crush with, and she's also very jealous of you. I mean, it's not that hard to catch that with how blatantly obvious. I mean, seriously, you'd have to be fucking stupid to miss it. Did we? Yes, we did.
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know, but geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Ermengardes to the other. None of them bothered to live in it, though, and it remained that way until its current owner decided to sell it. Why didn't I think
I didn't
of that?
peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
Well, personally, I would, too. I mean, I don't believe in it, but, I mean, what's the harm?
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
You do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
Or I can pimp slap you. There was a very few times in my life when I wished my glowers can kill. Are you talking about your eyes? This is one of those.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
Well, I mean, like I said, I can pimp slap them, keep the pimp hand strong, but...
No, wait, that's not what I meant.
Oh, now I kind of feel bad.
Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
What the fuck?
Ashton, if you don't stop.
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Becca tears her eyes away from the screen the moment at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. And can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one, but talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things, and probably put your fears to rest since this looks to be bothering you a lot.
Ash might be right too. However, what Zach suggested might be more is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me. They only gave me these suggestions to put my mind at ease, and it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. I can take comfort in knowing that they're willing to hear me
So,
out.
what do you think?
It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So, the way I see it, honestly, I think talking to the professor would be more important because here's the thing. I've seen them Exorcist movies. Getting the priest almost never works. Get the professor, and he can help put your mind at ease, teach you a few tricks to keep calm, and the moment you see that fucking thing, you can have the good sense to try to calm yourself down while you're running, and you won't get your ass munched on because you're panicking and you do something stupid. And honestly, that sounds a lot more favorable than, well, having the fucking Exorcist movie occur. Like, right in front of you. And then you get your ass chewed on. So,
I'll think about it, but if ever, I'd like to give talking to Andrew a try.
sexually changed relationship. Okay, so it doesn't negatively affect Zachary's relationship. That's good.
Is that okay? Won't he have other things to do?
He is a bit busy, but he'll make time for me. He's my go-to person when I'm stuck in something.
Does Ash need a psychologist too? I didn't think that they let cops with mental disorders be cops. Actually, now that I think about it, it's probably a good idea to have a cop that's going to a therapist, the fucked up things that they'll see, Yeah, I probably should have thought before opening my mouth.
He won't mind if I bring a friend with me this time.
If you're sure.
I guess that settles it then.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it. Yet you're not even paying attention yourselves.
Zach made the movie. Zach addressed me directly, and Ash, well, as you would put it, is being an asshole, so, yeah, there's 3 reasons.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
See? Even he agrees.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this.
I have to question, what's the subject matter about? I mean, I see all the black folk back there, and they got the, rope tied around their neck, so I got a pretty good idea, but I'd still like to just have that confirmation,
The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look. Even if Ash is the only one she should be reprimanding. But her attention is already back on the screen. She's ignoring us again. When Becca's acting this way, there's a chance something nagging her. There's a big chance there's something nagging at her. We really need to talk. We all fall into a comfortable silence after, the kind only you can share with the people you're most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter lays forgotten in my bag, if only for a few hours. Well, the fact that you brought it up, just like mentioning it, it's not very forgotten. Okay, so it's nightfall. That means shit's gonna go down. Okay, so Well, Dark Times of the Black British. Well, that tells me everything I need to know about what that movie was about. Anyway, yeah, just skim through that. There ain't nothing really to read. Okay, so it's nightfall, which means shit's about to go down. Shit always goes down at nightfall. I mean, take a look at the Chucky movies, the Friday the 13th movies, most of them. Michael Myers and whatnot. Just take a look at all them movies. Shit's always the scariest at night. And this is one of them times. Despite the late hours, the street is still bustling full of people. Those about to head home, those set to meet someone, those... even those simply wandering about. That's not a very good idea, wandering the street at night. I mean, that's just asking to get mugged. Walking in the sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me at how easy it is for one to get lost in the city as nondescript as Luxembourg. I was afraid too, at one point back when I was new and had just set foot in this place. Now with familiar faces walking with me, it feels a little like home. Zach and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed the other side of the street. The former claiming he got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends, and Ash, who knows, he never tells. Well, he's a detective. I don't really need any confirmation what he's probably going to do. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep looking for a place to crash. Does that to Zach a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's a busy guy too, in spite of despite of the laid-back air he gives.
Thanks for today, everyone!
No problem, Zach. I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
What I say? What did I say? Yep.
Huh?
A sensation. Yeah, I'd say a quick goodbye and then I would fuck right the hell off. Cold, sickening, drowning. My chest tightens. Breathing becomes labored. I can taste blood in my mouth. The edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amidst the countless nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Pleading even as I close my eyes tight and clasp my hand over my ears. Calling out. Whispering and whispering and whispering. Yeah.
No, not me.
Somebody.
Isabella? Earth to Isabella?
At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps back into place. The murmurs gone. Okay, let's. Oops, wrong button. Let's think about this. Okay, I showed it to her. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I suppose 6. Technically, I showed it to 6 people. Note said 5. She should be safe. Why is the ghost still coming after her? Like, please? Explain? When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Oh, yeah. Just... okay. Sorry, I spaced out.
You always do that.
I get the feeling she doesn't like me very much. I mean, we're just re-establishing this. I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance at the far end of the street, where the voice came from. There's another set of eyes, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Nothing. There are only Zach and Ash watching us as we head back to where Becca's parked at, her car. If I'm expected to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling in the pit of my stomach.
See you guys some other time.
Yeah, see ya!
Another glance, and with the final wave, we go off our own ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And if this is what would help me sleep tonight, what would give back that normalcy in my life, then so be it. The darkness closes around me, grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in without another warning and I'm falling. Let me check the branching tree. 20% through her root. Yeah, good thing I stayed. I would have missed the this story section here. Anyway, the ground caves in without warning. I'm falling. My eyes snap open. Noodles everywhere. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I'm at. Both my back and my shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep all hunched up the night before, drenched in sweat. The nest of pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning, light streaming through the window, and I allow my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I hadn't had a single dream since coming to Lexington, or at least none I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Yeah, if you're gonna start having dreams and it's gonna be vivid and it's gonna be nightmares, me and you are gonna have a serious problem. Not that crazy vivid, okay. Or not that crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone. The knowledge that I'll always wake up to an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to.
What time is it?
Habit forces me to look over at the clock, even with the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. In a heartbeat,
Man, of all the times to oversleep! Towel! Where's my towel?
Man, she must really like the towel. Admittedly, it's a weekend. It's an unspoken rule that entitles me to extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened, oh Lord, one box of donut as peace offerings won't be enough the second time around. Well, then get two. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks out of my bag. There's a moment of indecision at first. My mind's conflicted whether I should just ignore her answer. What if it's Rose? Or worse, our boss? Sheesh. At the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight of it is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. The caller ID reads Mama.
Huh?
Okay, well, again, she showed it to 6 people. She should be safe. It's around 4:45 p.m. in the Philippines. That right now. Wait a minute. Oops. Okay, so that says Filipino. Okay.
That's an unusual time for them to call.
Usually it's around noontime here, and I'm the one calling, not the other way around. Better for them to use that money on something else other than an international call. regardless, in the most cheerful tones I
Hello?
can gather.
Hello? Grace? How are you?
I was expecting some demonic voice or some shit.
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there?
We're good, we're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there's something I could do for her, but from miles away like this, the least I'm able to do is make her worry less. Or the least I'm able to is not make her worry. There we go. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are, Kuya Jordan's already out drinking right now. Yeah, been there, done that. Again. I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has a family of her own, and well, Ate and I don't even know if that's Ate or just 8. Fuck it. Ate's aunt's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having run herself knee-deep in debt.
Great! That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. How about Nico? Karen? Michael? I hope they're okay?
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach. From the way Mama's voice hitches, she doesn't want to bring it up either.
Papa. Grace, he's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds.
Weak appetite, having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds. That doesn't narrow down what that could be, but
the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well.
What does he have?
The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Oh, I see. That's good.
I won't deny that life's gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. What did he have? What happened? Ever since he was diagnosed with a sickness 5 years ago, he had been unable to provide for us. Now the burden of feeding 8 mouths settling Papa's bills, all rests on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little, accepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood, it's scarcely enough to cover the costs of day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can't even expect help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers anything.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
Silence. I started to think the call got cut.
Listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
Okay, so basically saying that, I can think of 2 reasons why. A, it could be because they need more money and cheaper and all that shit, or it could be get him hospice because shit happens.
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good, even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa.
Well, at least now I know why she wants the money.
And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter. I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Hopefully. If not, then I'll need to find another way, but she doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama. You taught me not to lie, yet look at what I'm doing.
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, And EJ's school tuition, too.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
What? That's not English. Kylan Ka-uwi? Fuck it. When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the only person asking you that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definitive answer to? The best you can? 5 years later and I still can't give them a straight one. I smile though Mom can't see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is. No need to weigh her down with the unnecessary concern.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the other side, and the sound of gates opening, the voice of a child, EJ, talking excitedly about his day at school, and tapping of feet on the floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him now that I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you.
I love you. Bye.
It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. I close my eyes for a moment. I take a deep breath and shake away the thoughts beginning to swim in around my head. It's pointless to mull over these things right now.
Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold.
Unfortunately, before I can take a single step away from my phone, it rings again. No doubt Mama forgot to say
Mama?
something.
Did you forget anything?
Excuse you? I'm too young to be your mom. Are you still sleeping?
We're fucked.
Hold on, never mind that. Get yourself in the office. Hurry!
Office? What about the open house? Oh no. Is it Sir John? Did he hear about yesterday? Am I in trouble? Oh god, oh god, oh god! I'm gonna get yelled at, aren't I? What do I do? I'll buy you an extra box of donuts if—
No, it's nothing like that. Will you calm down? Get yourself here, alright? I'll tell you everything then.
There's a telltale din of several feet shuffling against the wooden floors and a distinct yelling in the background before Rose cuts the connection. That isn't in any way comforting, but it's enough reason for me to hastily discard my phone and finish my shower in record time. Thank God I didn't have to edit anything. I wasn't too sure if it was going to be some shit. I make it to our office within 20 minutes of leaving my apartment, completely disheveled and out of breath. A feat, if I take into the account my usual travel time. Routine clamor, commotion in the Briar Realty Corporation Luxembourg's office greets me as soon as my foot crosses the threshold. Papers rustling, telephones ringing at sporadic intervals, agents talking at varying volumes, staff moving about.
Where the hell is C? Where are my employees?
Who the hell is C? And why is Sir John screaming?
What the actual fuck, guys? Of all the times to disappear without notice!
My boss's words turn muffled as someone else closes the door to his office, likely the work of our HR manager. Throughout the past weeks, he's been in a bad mood over a few employees who have failed to report to work. I hear they're still trying to get a hold of them, but to no avail. The result is, half of their workload have been shifted to all available staff so as to not lose clients. Not that I mind the extra work, if anything, it means I'll have more to send to my family back home. Although the rumors of a branch closure circulating because of this is indeed a bit worrisome. My bag barely touches the top of my table when Rose pulls me aside.
Here,
I need you to help me with these papers. If you could also get these signed and photocopied before lunch today, that would be great.
One after the other, she thrusts a bunch of paperwork in my hand without explanation. The page flutters away from the top of the pile when I lean down to pick it up. My eyes. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. My eyes scanning the top of the page as I straighten. A purchase and sales agreement. Rose simply gestures a thumb in a direction of our visitors' lounge when I tilt my head up in question. There, seated on the sofa looking entirely out of place in the humbly decorated room, is the same couple from the day before. The Wrights. Something bubbles up in my throat. Their presence in the office can only mean one thing.
They're buying it? We got a deal?
She swatched my hand tugging her sleeve. Fucking hell, I did it again. Apparently my fucking mouse pad on my laptop ain't fucking working for some reason. She swats at my hand tugging her sleeve, although her eyes are alight with something akin to joy. She wants the sale to happen as much as I do. And now there it is. And now that it's here, the deal needs to be closed. The deal needs to be closed, yet documents need to be signed still. But the elation is there, along with the foreboding feeling I can't quite.
I had to do a little damage control, but they're already interested in acquiring the property, even before they attended the open house. I mean, isn't it obvious? They already hired an interior designer. I've never seen a buyer as aggressive as Madam Wright. She didn't even try to negotiate a lower rate.
One at a time, Rose. I can't process everything you're saying at once. What do you mean?
They're paying 15% higher than the listing price, as long as we get the paperwork done as soon as possible. I think if we allow it, they'll be paying up front, too.
Even with that urban legend?
Rose nods.
Oh. I was so sure we lost the sale after yesterday.
Don't look so surprised. We still have to conduct some last few checks before we completely hand it over to them.
Please. I'll happily do the paperwork duty, Rose. I'll even go to the land registry myself and make sure the property changes hands with every single legal blessing.
Don't they have better things to spend money on? I'd haggle it down to the lowest possible price if I were in their place, especially with the stories attached to it. Not that my opinion matters one bit here. Honestly, I wouldn't be buying the damn house regardless. We're just their agents who are going to receive a hefty commission after all, nothing more. Rose gives me a pat on the shoulder, signaling that she's headed back to them, and an unspoken instruction for me to follow after I'm done. It doesn't take me long to finish what work she left me. In fact, having our boss sign the agreement is the easiest since it has put him in a better mood, to the entire office's relief. Ma'am Hana calls me over the moment she notices my presence at the lounge door. Story is updated. It's just a timeline event. Never mind. Okay, so I guess this could have went two ways. Yeah, it seems like I sold the house. That could be either good or bad. Okay, she welcomes me with a bright smile. Her movements more than... Actually, check the relationships too. Yeah, I didn't think so. She welcomes me with a bright smile. Her movements more open than what one would typically expect from a passing client to have.
Oh, Isabel! How are you feeling? You looked awfully dreadful yesterday.
It's Isabella.
Isabella, I'm fine now, ma'am. I appreciate your concern.
I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Regardless, I hand them their copy of the agreement.
Wonderful. Your team works unbelievably fast.
Ma'am Hana skims through each of them with an scrutinizing eye, checking every page for any inconsistencies or errors. Despite the unassuming impression she gets off, she appears fully aware of what to look for and the process contracts like these undergoes. It is impressive, to be quite honest. I haven't pegged her for someone who is well versed in these things. Yep, here she is. She shows some of it to her husband. He responds with the same passive interest as if he more than happy to leave everything to her. I can't tell if it is purely because he believes she's capable enough, doesn't care about what they are buying, or he simply finds paperwork tedious. Oh, trust me, I can't work a damn office job. Can't do it. Apparently satisfied with what she's seen, Ma'am Hana claps her hands together before extending it to us for a shake. Rose and I realized the breaths we've been holding. Both of us more than happy to return the
That
gesture.
settles it then? Are you really sure about this property, ma'am? We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
Something not haunted, perhaps? Why are you trying? Rose shoots me a warning glance that clearly says, "Don't make a scene, we're almost there." I agree with Rose.
Of course, why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling?
A helipad would still be a nice addition.
What the fuck do you need a helipad?
Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love. As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have bought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it.
Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized.
Isabella, what the fuck?
We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am.
Okay, I'm starting to think that she was pushing them to not get it.
Within a week, I hope. We still have a housewarming party to plan after all. You know how much thought should be put into those things.
There are servants for that, darling.
Love, wouldn't it be better if we handled it ourselves? A personal touch of sorts. It is our housewarming party and our new home.
No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us.
Excellent. Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, and before we forget...
She discreetly folds something in both her hands and winks, a finger raised to her lips, demanding our
I
silence.
know both of you worked hard on getting us this beautiful mansion.
Oh. Wrong thing. Wait, what got updated? Timeline? Fuck it. Anyway, that's a lot of money.
Did I mention we reward our people generously?
But this is... Ma'am, I can't accept this.
Bullshit, you can't accept this.
Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us.
Hey, if they want to give you money, don't knock it.
Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
She smiles sweetly like this is simply the most normal thing to do in the world. It's not, but I mean, hey, if they want to give you free money, go ahead and take it.
Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plan as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house.
Y'all are gonna be dying literally within the next week of the game, seriously.
You can do that, yes? Here's her contact.
Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible.
I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that, transaction is over and done with. My mind's still reeling even after they've left. Other agents would have killed to have clients like them. Part of me feels lucky about the fact. No lengthy negotiations, no sudden change of mind, just talking, gestures, a few handshakes here and there, and we're done. The other part, a second ago, we sold a haunted property to 2 innocent clients. Fuck them, okay? You done showed the paper to them. Let them deal with that problem. Sure, the commission's big enough to continue funding Papa's treatments and hospitalization, big enough to pay for all 4 of my young siblings' schoolings. Heck, it keeps me away from instant noodle diets for months. I don't have to go back to the mansion as well. Once the deal has been closed, much to my sanity's relief. But knowing that something's in there, and we gave it to a good couple despite that? Oh, Isabella, the things you do to sell a house and get money. Papa won't be happy with that. Why are you... At least I have good news to tell. Next time I call home, the little lie I told Mama this morning isn't a lie anymore.
Well, there's something. So how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Your first big multi-million-pound sale, silly. I know you've been with us for years, but this has got to be memorable for you.
Ow. Memorable is an understatement, Rose.
Come on, show some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus, too, aside from the commission and the other bonus boss promised. What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know. Send it home, probably?
All of it?
Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses.
Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have told you before we ended your training.
She slings an arm over my shoulder and leans in closer to my ear, as though she's about to share a big secret.
It's okay to celebrate from time to time.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Go out, do something for yourself. Throw pot. Didn't you say the last one's some sort of tradition back at home for you?
Treat your friends. Okay, that's all it was.
Hello, this is practically a done deal.
Technically, it is a done deal because they done paid for it.
Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive?
Your call. I won't say no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice too, thank you very much.
Just invite her and your friends to a bar and just drink the night away. I mean, you don't need to go all expensive and shit.
I don't think my apartment's big enough for that.
You could always move? Bloody hell, you're working in real estate.
I think I'll pass. That's too much of an unnecessary expense for me. But I did promise Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well.
You go do that. Hold on a sec.
She quickly removes herself from me and answers the phone on her desk. Her tone shifts from playful to professional in a span of a few seconds.
Today? Not a problem, ma'am. I could bring you a copy of the contract if...
Must be another client. Nothing surprising there. She's one of BRC's top agents, no matter how modest she appears. A saleswoman through and through. I, on the other hand, have a very little knack for it. Of course, I learned. Eventually I had to. But someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. Once, though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me a story that of what could have been. Years ago, wide-eyed, young, and brimmed with yet to be fulfilled dreams and ambition, she was a term or two away from a nursing degree. Out of curiosity, I never pressed the matter further. Courtesy, but perhaps if there's a sense of fondness, it's where the sense of fondness started. A small connection due to one smaller experience in our respective lives, of goals we both let pass us by because of the circumstances we're in.
I'd be happy to discuss this over tea, ma'am. All right, I'll be there.
New client?
Reassigned. Have you heard from Mark at all?
Not since the first visit to the mansion. Why? No news from the HR yet?
None at all. Boss thinks he ran away. I doubt it, though. He's too much of a wimp for that. There must be another reason. Who knows?
Yeah, another reason he was in that mansion. I can think of a reason. He found that letter and didn't make it out.
Anyway, I've got to meet this one. I'll see you later.
She throws a wave over her shoulder as she rushes out the office. The lunchtime bell sounds shortly after, followed by the chatter of fellow agents also heading out for a much-needed break. Ordinarily, there's no need for me to go out, but oversleeping didn't allow me the luxury of packing my own lunch today. If one's considering taking an instant noodle cup out of my pantry, packing your lunch. Time to make good on that promise I made to Becca, I suppose. Maybe invite Zach and Ash, too. In the end, only Becca and Zach could come. Well, no shit, Ash is a detective. He's probably working a case. Ash, on the other hand, couldn't be reached. All my calls went straight to his voicemail. Like I said, he's a detective. Probably working on a case. He's at it again, right here today. He's at it again, right here today, gone the next day. Oh well, his loss. We have agreed to meet at a nearby cafe. Same one I frequent with Becca because it's cheap. They give us give away free bread around closing time. Quaint, a little old-fashioned, though it looks a wee bit out of place amidst the city's tall buildings. But we love it all the same. That does look like a nice place. Much like a facade, the interior carries an antiqued charm to it. Shit, excuse me. It's the fucking middle of the night. Normally I'm up and just ready to go, but goddamn. It's fucking 1:30. Vintage art pieces and a row of shelves boasting an extensive collection of books cover the wall. It would have been nice to hang out here for hours on end, but even on a weekend, the place is still packed with people. Thankfully, Becca and Zach have already found seats and are engaged in some casual chatter when I arrive. It's strange seeing the two of them without Ash accompanying the other. They've never been particularly close. Sure, they talk when they meet, laugh at the same things when there's something funny, but there's distance, kind born purely out of differing interests. That, or Zach simply afraid of Becca. I don't see why you would be scared of her, honestly. It's not impossible, and I won't blame him if it is. He might be the tallest in our group, but everyone knows that he means nothing against Becca's temper. Even I am a little scared of her. After the shit that we saw in that mansion, I'd be more scared of that thing coming after you.
Zach! Becca!
Be brave, look up. Yeah, that was a great move on my part.
Well, you seem to be in a better mood today. What happened? I know that smile, Belle. Come on, still.
Yeah, I guess that's if I have failed to sell the real estate. Or sell the real estate. Oh. Well, I guess I know what's gonna happen here.
Don't rush me. Let's order food first, okay?
The waitress comes by to take our order. On a normal day, me and Becca would order a hearty serving of special vegetarian stoovies. Zach takes anything with a good helping of meat, sausage, and potatoes in it. My man. But today's a good day. Great, even. It's not wrong to indulge in it,
Today's
right?
special. For the three of us.
Even the person jotting down the order looks surprised at today's meal choice. She writes it, nevertheless, and leaves without a comment. That face says everything I need to know. Becca furrows her eyebrows, her mouth halfway open, ready to let loose what is likely to be a string of reprimands.
Don't worry. It's my treat.
The glare she sends my way reminds me of one I received from Mom when I punched a kid bullying my younger brother 18 years ago. That doesn't look like the face of a mother who caught their son or child punching someone. That looks more like the face of someone who's constipated. I mean, believe me, I found out the hard way what the look of a mother who saw her son punching someone is. It's a story. Naturally, I never did it again after she made me apologize the next day. Now that didn't happen. I just got my ass tore up after that, but stories. But Becca, far from being my mom, a small sheepish grin is enough to turn that frown into a defeated sigh. The food arrives in the middle of a funny story from Zach, putting the rest of the conversation on hold as we are each served our order. It isn't anything fancy. That looks good. Pan-roasted sea bass and citrus-dressed asparagus. Not a fan of the asparagus, but I'd still eat it. And a portion of mashed potatoes on the side. Or at least what the daily special on the board says. I never did pay attention to it whenever I came in here, since whatever is written way above it. I never did pay attention to it whenever I come in, since
Oh,
they
good.
fucking hell.
I'm so hungry, I think I'm dying.
You need to stop doing that. I never did pay any attention to it whenever I came in here, since they price whatever's written way above what I'm willing to spend on food in a single day. Yeah, that's my problem a lot of the time.
You're always hungry.
That's another one of my problems too.
Hey, not all the time.
Let me guess. You skipped breakfast again.
No.
Not on purpose. I may have overslept by a few seconds today.
A few seconds. Bullshit, you slept by a few hours.
Right then. Stop stalling, Isabella. What's this about?
Let us say, Rebecca. She wouldn't be inviting us out if it wasn't worth hearing out.
Well, we're waiting.
I'm treating you guys to a once-in-a-century thing.
And expectant grin breaks out
I'm
of
sorry,
my face.
say that again.
And this is important because...
Becca only raises an eyebrow at me. Well, Zach appears like he didn't get the punchline to another lame joke Ash made, and it's desperately searching for someone to explain it. A bummer. How should I rephrase it?
Okay, let me do that again.
Well, at least that, I figured that if I said the other thing, that would be a very negative thing for them. But how did that... Okay, so apparently I did make the right choice, but I completely missed out on the story here. Yeah, fuck it.
Guess what, guys? I'm paying! I sold the house!
As the news sinks in, their expressions goes from sheer bewilderment to utter surprise. That's more like
You
it.
heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. As of today, I'm Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos and free from my instant noodle binge.
Seriously?
Hold it, Belle. You sold the house?
Yep.
Which house is this? In Aslam Village? The one with the open house yesterday?
The one and only. Come on, Becca. I know you've got a better memory than that.
Oh, wow. That's...
She lets out a hum. Although she's nodding, she gives me the impression of someone who has heard something unbelievable and is still forcing her brain to absorb it. Did she think we wouldn't be able to sell it? Well, I mean, with the rumors, I wouldn't think that you'd be able to sell it. I mean, way to prove us both wrong. Have some faith in me, Becca. I am not your best friend. Am I not your best friend or what?
You don't believe me?
The words tumble out of my mouth before I can stop them. I've been trying to avoid bringing up yesterday's little spat, and judging by the look on their faces, it seems they are too. Oh, my stupid mouth.
I'm sure it ain't the way you're thinking, Bella.
No, I do believe you.
Yeah, they're guilty of that.
But don't you think the sale happened a bit too fast? The open house only started yesterday, and now you already have a buyer?
It happens from time to time.
Yeah, but look, I'm happy for you. Just yesterday, you've been really worried where to get money for your dad's new treatment. And now, all of a sudden, You have something.
What'd you think I did? Rob a bank? This isn't payday. Come on now.
What if the sale doesn't push through, or I don't know, they're a fraud, or they suddenly back out?
They've already paid. There ain't no back.
Isn't it a little too early to celebrate?
Rebecca does have a point, Bella. If you haven't closed the deal yet, there's still a chance they'll go back on it.
They don't seem like it to me. The lady appeared to really want it, and she approached me without even finishing the tour.
Pressured me into it, more like. But I'm not going to tell Becca about that. Knowing her, she'd still...
And she already hired someone to handle the house's interior design.
You're joking. Who would do that?
Yeah, that was Becca's
The
question.
Wrights, apparently. It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra.
Something as in...
As in,
More money.
it's why I can treat you two to a free meal.
I'm more surprised you accepted it.
She didn't really give us a choice in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legends, too. I even tried to show them the letter. But nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money.
You don't really think they believe that, do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle. Oh, well, there's you.
Go fuck yourself.
Right. You know what? I'll just eat all of these by myself.
I've been to gather their plates on my side. Food in each still untouched. A laugh almost escapes my mouth with the way Zach's expression quickly changes to disappointment. Becca's hand interrupting me as I'm about to pull her plate.
I'm kidding. Don't go all pouty on me again. I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen. I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa.
I'm sure he's gonna be fine now, though, with the money. They don't know yet. I think I'll call them tomorrow. Let them know things will be easier. Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, well, personal experiences, just because he's showing progress doesn't mean he's not safe and out of the woods. I allowed myself to smile, genuine and uninhabited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those who have known you long enough. But today, things simply feel a lot lighter with them around. Lunch passes in an enjoyable fashion. A laugh here, a playful jab there, but most of it is spent on catching up and telling stories about whatever's keeping us busy these days. Something we can't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca's surprisingly chatty. Is there something in the sea bass we ate? Zach, though, appears less energetic. While he's far from being the life of the party, he's definitely not the type to keep quiet on a conversation with his friends. Apart from a few inputs, he's been silent the entire time. Becca
Are you
notices-
sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary?
Speak of the devil.
Huh? No, I'm okay.
Oh. If he's less energetic and he's acting weird, I bet he saw that thing. I bet he also saw that thing.
No worries, Rebecca.
You're lying.
Doesn't sound okay to me.
It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass.
Yeah, the stuttering, like the stuttery voice in your, not the stuttery sound in your voice, you know. Doesn't exactly help your kid.
Is it about the reviews this morning?
Pain expression crosses Zach's face, and almost immediately Becca retreats in her inquiry as though the man's look is enough for her answer for her. Yeah, there's also the chance that it could have been the reviews for his movie. I looked between the two of them. Did I miss something? What happened this morning? Did I stumble on a big secret? This is why I don't like waking up late.
You heard about those, huh?
Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning.
Nah, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place.
Yeah, racism and slavery, that's not exactly something you can put in a movie.
I should have expected it.
What reviews?
Becca glances at Zach, her emotions unsure, eyes asking it for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it out. With Zach, he's always been better. It's always been better to wait, let him speak on his own. Becca too, to some extent, although with her, explosions of her temper are more common. In the end, he simply answers and shifts his shoulders, gesturing for her to go on and tilt his head.
It's his movie.
No shit, it's his movie.
That doesn't explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca!
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. It's still your documentary.
Oh, well shit, if it's a documentary, I mean, I don't see a reason why it's getting negative reviews. I mean, as long as it was accurate.
Is it something bad?
Not bad per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs.
Okay. From how her tone rises in anger, it seems like she's the one slighted, not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamp down as soon as she sends me a hard look.
This isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some bowbag just insulted him.
Calm down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews, and it happens a lot.
I do not ken about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out dribble, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say.
She's right about that. I mean, there's no critiques, more like, hey, this movie sucks, you fucking suck, and you should go kill yourself. That's pretty much what movie reviews are like. Whenever you're looking at fan reviews, or let me rephrase that, people who actually paid money to go watch the movie. But I mean, I've seen some bad documentaries, so I mean, his can't be that bad.
If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
Well, maybe I ain't cut out for it. Better stick with my photography or something.
I don't think that.
If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
No.
You're giving up.
It wasn't a question.
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
But you worked on it for months.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
so what? I don't got any viewers on YouTube. I still fucking do this shit. I mean, who cares if you don't got viewers or people don't like your content? Do it because you like to.
Don't say that!
The palm strikes the table, setting the silverware on top clinking against each other. I didn't even notice when I rose from my seat. But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher at an unruly student. Becca's probably proud. I didn't mean to yell, but there's some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. And that I agree with. How exasperating. He of all people should know.
It's just a review.
Except they're pretty well-known critics.
So, Siskel and Ebert were known critics, and I've seen some movies that I like that they completely bashed. Doesn't mean they're right.
Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shots on this. Isn't that why they have a committee?
Not only that, it's a documentary. What are you going to do? Argue against history whenever you're reviewing it? I mean, as long as it's stuck with historical accuracy and actually portrayed it correctly, I mean... Anyway, I'm getting completely off topic.
Right, Becca?
An unamused gleam in her eyes. A amused gleam is in her eyes when I turn to her. What does she find so entertaining here? Help me here. Your friend's about to quit his passion for a petty reason. I haven't read what those people wrote about his work, but a few scathing words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. I should know, after all.
Failing means you're playing, Zach.
No, it's not what I'd say. I'd say failing means you're learning. I mean, yeah, I suppose failure means you're learning, and, well, failure's just a step towards success, you know, all that shit, but,
Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at. I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those doodles I make for class. But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
yesterday. Whatever I'm about to say gets lost on my tongue, and as a flash of embarrassment blooms across my face.
It was a heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
What exhibit?
Classified information.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
Nope, not a chance.
Oh, come on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
Burst of laughter comes from
Thanks,
Zach.
you two. I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
There's no face at all, only a poor imitation of puppy dog eyes, if you could call them, or if you could call this
Promise.
one.
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys. Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. What's night ain't for another week.
And that's all the answer I needed from him. As sentimental as it sounds, there's fulfillment in knowing another person you know won't take the same path you walked. It's not like it's over for me, though. I still have time. I could still come back, do my own thing, do what I really want to do. Surely once Papa recovers, once I'm done with everything. Inside my bag, my phone buzzes unexpectedly, breaking the pleasant afternoon lull. The screen shows Rose.
Hey, Isabel. You at the office?
Ha ha. Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't, I'm kidding. BRC says the floor plan copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up.
She says that as if it's already explains everything. Then, out of the blue, she launches a long rant about an awful state of Luxembourg streets, all of which she says in a single breath that I can barely keep up and make out a single word. I stay quiet, if only to avoid becoming the next subject of her frustration. She's similar to Becca in that regard.
We're stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
When she has finally ran out of things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I was hoping to hear from her. Just a quick, mumbled plea for me to meet the right interior designer in her stead, and
Anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye.
classic Rose, she has to call without even asking my input. The sky is cloudless and the afternoon sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we leave the cafe. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood and make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately. Not to mention my boss's mercy old moves. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather, though, the streets of Luxembourg remain constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and insane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd fills the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of the things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back at Briar Realty for me, Zach's going to meet with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans and books at home. And more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Does she want to buy something? Yeah, maybe I can get it for her for Christmas. I turned my head to the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. Yeah, you shouldn't have looked, because that's going to be haunting my nightmares. She looks at me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing, boring into my very soul like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time, only a plea, a hum low and indistinct, compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. I sold it to 6 people! What do you want from me? I don't dare move. Fuck that. I'd have booked that shit right on out. Fuck everything else. My heart hammers against my rib. Each beat, every thump screaming for me to look away, make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains against the face of her calls. In the face of her calls. Help.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched into a grin, wide and unpleasant. A panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, blood streaming from the gaping wounds, her arms and on her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after I got what I want for Papa. Just check to move something. Just check. I'm not about to have a, Oh, shit's about to pick up. Oh, God. I'm not after what I got. Not after I got what I want for Papa.
Oh no, stop. Leave me alone.
Jesus Christ, she looks like the Grudge bitch. I had to genuinely look around, like, fucking seriously. It's like, I'll be saying this shit, and she's like, I'm here, bitch! Her face contorts as she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. See, this is around the time I don't know, fuck off. Of course, then again, I carry a knife around me. I'd probably be stupid enough to try to fight her. Rage. There is only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself.
Please! I don't want this!
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards. My own throat, hoarse from the screams I didn't even notice were coming out of my mouth. The back of my feet catches on loose stones, sending me sprawling on the ground. The resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze and blurring my mind. Yeah, this is gonna go over well. For a little while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. The look of concern on her face as her hands gripping my arm tight. Even Zach appears beside her, with worry, while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, my weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Like I said, I'd have booked it straight the hell out of there the moment I saw her. That, or tried to fight the bitch. Yeah. I'm very weird like that. I'll try to fight it, probably. And then I'd get my ass chewed on. Something icy has made its home in the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up. Anything to get that wretched sensation out.
You are screaming! Zach, call someone!
No, don't. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful! Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it's likely comes off as a grimace. Gently, I push her off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity's stifling. Everyone stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Well, I mean, she probably would have showed up anyway. I mean, branching paths. Still hadn't even made it past the common route. Okay, so I guess I'm not going to be given a choice. This is going to be a yeah, it's going to sprout into one of these three. I hope this is the good one, and I hope this is the one I get, because this means I get the most story. But anyway, I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, with only the occasional drips of water on my sink and the whirring of fan blades to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud, so loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out. I keep my head off from her playing every image, every sound of her screams, her awkward gating as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for enough. That's enough. A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damply against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the windows I've left open. My gaze shifts over to the letter sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter in coat? I don't know what that word is, as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much terror or trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is there. I can easily do that, but after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people that have already seen it? Will they be okay? Like I said, you showed it to 6 people already. Just, like, you should be safe. This uncertainty gnaws at me, knowing that she's real and might also go after people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. Yeah. Damn. Blindly, I fish my phone out from under the mess of papers and cushions where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Ash's name flashes. I was about to say it's because Ashton's relationship is the highest, but or maybe it's the highest out of the friends. No, if that was the case, Zachary would be calling, or maybe it would be between him and Rebecca. I don't know.
Thank you so much for spamming my inbox, Scaredy Cat.
Hey, Ash.
I told him to fuck off.
What's wrong?
I just had a long day. The couple who bought the house wanted us to finish processing the papers within the week. It's a little hectic, but we'll manage.
Really? You sold it?
Don't sound so surprised. I told you, you don't stand a chance. The rights won't take no for an answer. You've been on the losing end from the very start. Ha!
Whoever said I was interested in the house in the first place?
You did.
But you said...
Despite his light tone, his snicker only comes off as an annoyance in my ear. I had to fight the urge to end the call right then and there. Stupid
You're
ass.
such an ass.
That's why we call you asshole.
And just so you know, I'm not treating you to a separate celebration. Or ever.
No, that's just unfair. And here I was looking something up for you. Didn't you say you wanted to talk to Andrew?
Okay, never mind. Okay, so this option, I guess it's because I chose to go with Ash. This must be Zach's, and this must have been if I left. And I suppose if I left, this would also be the time shit hits the fan. I paused. I did say that, but I didn't think he'd actually go through the trouble, considering how much he scoffed at the whole topic at the first place.
Is he okay with that?
Totally. Besides, I need to ask him about something. I might as well do it soon. What do you say you come with me tomorrow morning?
Well, there's no harm in it, I suppose. I've got a free day anyway.
Great, I'll just pick you up. Don't oversleep.
Don't compare me to you. I'm not the one who sleeps like a rock.
Another round of chuckles come from him. Oh, I'll live for the day. Oh, I will live for the day he'll stop making fun of me. Just you wait, you asshole. As I'm about to end the call, he clears his throat.
Isabella?
His sudden diffident tone sends my eyebrows shooting up to my hairline. Is the world ending today?
Did you forget something?
Do you think you... Never mind. Good night.
He hangs up instantly. Rude! Completely rude! I didn't even get to thank him. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work. Even I'm doubtful it will. But right now I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Sleep comes easier tonight, and for the first time in a long time I dream of clear skies, of unrestrained laughter, of children playing in the streets, and of the small, cramped dwellings. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. And I was expecting some bullshit. Story update. Wrong one. Yeah. Okay, so the morning dawns bright and clear. The morning dawns bright and clear the following day, although the air still feels muggy, and I miss the chilly autumn weather. It's one of those rare weekends when I'm willing to put up with my alarm ringing. If it wasn't for Ash's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. It's 9 a.m. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already heading down the stairs where Ash is waiting for me in his car. His hair is disheveled mess, and fucking hell, I did it again. His hair is a disheveled mess, eyes drowsy, overall looks like he hurried to get out of bed. Or fell out of it. Or both. He looks adorably rumpled this way. But I'm not going to tell him that. It'd only bloat his unbearable ego.
Good morning, Ash!
I make a motion with my fingers around my ear. Or he makes a motion around with his fingers around his ear. Tone it down.
Can you even drive?
He answers me with a slight raise of his hand, a yawn and nothing more. He has never been particularly fond of mornings, and for that I'm thankful to every god in the universe, less mental capacity from him to make fun of me. Ha! There's the reason why mornings are my favorite. It doesn't take long for us to reach our destination. Yeah. Our final destination. Because I'm pretty sure that fucking ghost bitch is gonna show up again. It's a small cafe situated in Luxembourg's busiest street, the same one I'd often visit with Becca for its cheap food. I've never gone here on Sunday, and it's striking how different it appears without the usual weekend or Saturday rush. The atmosphere usually reminds me of something we'd also have back home, near the university I used to attend. I wonder what happened to it. It was being renovated before I left, and so I never got to visit it one last time. The place has always had a calming effect on me, but today, despite standing in a place similar to it, anxiety easily washes over me as I step out of the car. I'm quite used to dealing with people I've never met before, thanks to my work, but still, I don't know him. In spite of this fact both Ash and Becca vouched for him. What will he think of my story? What if he thinks I'm crazy? Hell, even my own friends thought so. I draw on a breath and quell the panic beginning to rise in me. Oh well, only one way to find out. A few hesitant steps forward, and then Ash suddenly pulls me back by the elbow.
Hold on, scaredy cat, not too fast.
Without warning, he flicks his forehead, or he flicks my forehead.
That
hard.
hurts! What was that for?
He's already walking away when I look up, and I hurry to catch up to him, puzzled. I really don't understand this guy. At least explain why you're flicking other people's foreheads all of a sudden. So rude.
Get yourself together, will you? He's not going to bite. He's very accommodating, too.
I wasn't scared of him or anything.
You don't look like it. Didn't sound like you were okay last night either.
Huh?
What was that last one? Hey! Don't just ignore me!
All questions and was towards dye on my mouth once he opens the door to the shop. A cast iron bell attached to the chime softly announcing our arrival. The smell of freshly brewed coffee welcomes us as soon as we step in. Like the usual, several tables and chairs have been set up for the patrons. But most of the customers have forgone them in favor of more comfortable throw pillows and bean bags the staff has laid out on the floor. Becca would love to know they have something like this on Sundays. She'd have been complaining how uncomfortable the library chairs are for a long time now. Ash leads me to a secluded spot near the window where an old man, probably in his 50s or 60s, is seated, enjoying a brew and a book.
Professor Clark!
It's just Andrew now. I'm no longer your professor, Detective Inspector Frey.
Detective Inspector. Is that an actual police position? I don't know, I feel the need to look that up, but not right now. The guy, Andrew, looks up from his book and gives him a smile. Shit, tired. Sorry. A sheepish look crosses Ash's face as the older man's admonish? Fucking hell. More importantly, in my opinion, is seeing him appear like a patient has just scolded him. And it suggests a familiarity between them, one that goes beyond what someone expects from a simple student and mentor. With another warm smile, he gestures for us to take the empty seats opposite of him.
Have you been waiting long?
Quite some time, but I come here early on weekends. Best time to get their first serving of bear claws. They're the only place that serves it here.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of bear claws. I prefer cheese danishes.
I took the liberty of ordering for you two. I hope you don't mind. I thought it'd be best to talk over a decent helping of coffee.
Soon enough, the waiter brings us 2 more cups and settles down a basket of pastries.
Aren't you going to introduce the lady?
Ah, right, sorry. Isabella, this is Prof. Andrew. He's one of my professors back at the university. Andrew, this is Isabella Santos.
Santos. Portuguese? Spanish? Brazilian? Mexican?
Honestly, I always think of Spanish whenever I heard Santos, which is why whenever I found out she was from the Philippines, surprised me so much.
Filipina, actually. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Ah, your name carries a lot of history, Miss Santos.
Really?
Just Andrew is fine. Don't do what Ashton's doing. He doesn't listen to this old man.
He doesn't listen to anyone, more like. The awkward tension typically present present in first meetings dissipates after that. I was expecting someone strict and, to an extent, someone severe. But Professor Andrew Clark is definitely the opposite of what I had in mind. The more personable kind, similar to a grandfather who dotes on you at family gatherings. It's obvious why Ash is taking a liking to him.
Ashton tells me there's something you wish to discuss that I could help with. Let's hear it then.
I give Ash a hesitant glance, but he just nods and gestures toward Andrew with his head. He's leaving this to me. It's my story to tell, after all. I keep it short and concise. I found a letter in an old mansion, now I'm cursed. Except, exactly as I told Ash and Zach, and they asked me about it, I didn't mention the name of the place. No use saying it now when someone else legally owns it. No use dragging other people into my problem.
I'm sure it's that letter I found, but I don't know anymore. I just want to know how to escape this nightmare.
Of course. We're talking about the one in Anslem Village, aren't we?
How did you...
Don't look so surprised. There's only one place popular enough here if we're going to talk about hauntings. I once had a colleague who wrote about it and the urban legends surrounding the place. Years worth of study, but fascinating. It's a shame he passed away at such a young age. He would have done a much better job at explaining topics like this one compared to me.
Passed away at such a young age. I guess that thing also got him if he was studying the fucking house for hauntings.
Ashton here might disagree, but it's an interesting topic in sociology, if you care to have an open mind.
Studying the science and theory behind it is completely different from outright believing in it.
You don't believe in those stories, sir?
Now, this isn't a question of belief. All I'm saying is things like these speak a lot about a place's culture and history, and it's not just limited to ghosts. Monsters, gods, you name it. Even you, Miss Santos.
Yeah, actually, he's right about that because, let's take The Witcher, for example. The Polish, from what I understand, there's some people that still believe in the whole, all the legends and shit. So.
What about me?
How you respond to these stories. It tells a lot about you and your upbringing. In the same way it tells me why our detective inspector here finds such topics absurd. Interesting, isn't it?
My head is starting to spin from all of this. I'm not the smartest person around, but I understand what he's trying to get at. I think. Yeah, I do too. It's still too much to take in at once. I look at Ash for help, but his eyebrows are drawn in a frown. If he keeps staring at that cup of his... If he keeps staring like that at his cup, I'm pretty sure it'll crack soon.
There's still something you're not telling.
Didn't I tell you everything the other day?
Yeah, but you mentioned the rights. Then you proceeded to drop the topic right after. What's with that?
They don't have anything to do with this.
Rights? Luke and Hannah, right?
Yeah, they're the ones who got the place.
I'm not surprised. They're the kind who gets what they want when they set their eyes on it.
Yeah, pompous assholes is what they are. I don't like them.
From what I've heard, word gets around.
Well, I mean, the fact that the guy was like, a helipad would do nicely too. I still haven't yet to figure out what the helipad would be for. A heavy sigh escapes my lips. Popular or not, they're just my clients, albeit a little pushy, but just clients, end of story. Goddamn, I'm still only at this one? Shit, that tells me that this bit of the chapter is gonna be long as fuck. Speaking of, I wish he stopped pestering me about them. Aha! Don't be an asshole, I guess. What is it again that Becca does when dealing with a particularly difficult child? The pesky, annoying kind? I wish I could remember. Well, the way I deal with it is I'd flat out tell him, shut the hell up. I mean, it works with my brother, so, I mean, I could certainly use the same trick right about now.
Ashton, look here. I know you're trying to help, but the deal's almost already closed. The papers are being prepared. Once it's done, it's over. I'm just their agent.
And when is that happening?
When what? Is there even a purpose to this line of questioning?
Your working relationship with them. When's it going to end?
About a week from now? It depends on how long the papers will take, but they want us to rush it.
Really? You're absolutely sure about that?
Is he investigating them?
Yes, really. Unless they want to buy a house again and want me and Rose to be their agent. If yes, then I don't see a problem with it. Now stop annoying me about it.
Don't accept it.
What? Why? It's my job.
Oh lord, even my younger siblings aren't this difficult to deal with. Then again, Ash is far from a younger sibling to me. If he'd only spell it out, surely I'd understand. We wouldn't even have to talk about it right now. That's how it is, right? Find an even ground, talk about it like adults, talk about it like the adults we are. It wasn't like this before. But somewhere along the way, something has changed in us, as people, as friends. I wish there was a way I could tell when and why. Shit, I keep yawning like this, I'm gonna end up having to cut the damn video. Shit. Speaking of, how long have I been going? 2 hours. Instead, I'm left searching blindly for reasons. The next thing we know, we'll be drifting further and further apart. Frustrating.
Now, kids, settle down. We're not going to solve anything by shouting.
Sorry, Sir Andrew.
And we're not going to solve anything either if you keep omitting things.
Speak for yourself. I'm not the only one doing it.
You'll have to forgive my former student, Miss Santos. He's always been the curious kind. Many people think he's lazy, but it's actually the opposite. I see that hasn't changed.
Oh, really? How is he back when he was your student? I'm sorry, I need to ask. He doesn't talk much about that.
And there's a reason why. Please don't.
Tried to sleep on the first day of class. He didn't repeat it after what I made him do when I caught him. Students like him are the easiest to deal with, once you know what piques their interest. I'd have to say, he's one of the very few who's actually interested in the subject, though. But there was this one time when...
By the end of the conversation, Ash looks like he's praying for the ground to swallow him. He'll never be able to talk about... He's never been one to talk about himself. What I know about him is mostly bits and pieces I've gleaned over the years. He's an atrocious singer, he's bad at art, and he has a personal vendetta against mornings. Now it feels like he isn't that hard to figure out, after all. Just want to check one more time. Okay, so the most, relationship with Ashton's the highest. Nope. Fucking hell, I need to stop with the yawning. It's past noon when Andrew has to leave us for another meeting. But before we separate...
Miss Santos, a word of advice. Just keep in mind that when it comes to cases such as this, they aren't always what they seem.
They aren't always what they seem. Well, it seems like a curse to me, but I mean... I don't fucking know, I don't know. I got the sudden urge to go watch some fucking horror movies now. The, Poltergeist and shit like that. Naturally, the mansion in the letter was brought up several times during our talk, and though Ash is right, and that Andrews offers a different perspective, he has left me with more questions than answers instead. What is she? What does she want from me? Is she ever going to leave? I don't think you're going to be able to get rid of her, considering you done showed the video. You done showed the paper to, 6 people, so... Maybe it was because it was against her will, they just kind of grabbed it and looked at it for themselves. Maybe that's why they're not getting haunted either. Shit, yawning. Keep doing it. Maybe she has to actively hand the paper to him, just like, here, you can keep this. And then they have to figure it out. I don't even notice when Ash takes a different turn on our way back.
Where are we going? You can drop me off at the park.
Guess. You have 3 chances.
I'm serious, Ash. Where are we going?
He doesn't answer, but shortly he stops the car in front of a small, nondescript food stall a little ways from the movie house. If I wasn't paying closer attention, I would have missed it without a doubt. He motions for me to wait as he gets off the car. He motions for me to wait as he gets off the car. He motions for me to wait as he gets out the car and walks in its direction. Sheesh, if you want to buy something, just say it. No need to make yourself look mysterious. Yeah, it makes you look stupid, from what I hear. It makes you look more like a dork than cool. Well, I mean, I was pulling that line right straight out of Red Dead Redemption, but I mean, dork works too. The wait isn't long, however. Soon he walks back, holding 2 fish-shaped cones in both hands. Ice cream? Parfait? A cross of the 2. Never had a parfait. Fucking yawning, goddamn. Shit, I think I know what I'm doing immediately. Shit, 2:30. I guess I know what I'm doing whenever I'm done with the video. By the time he's back in the car, I've given up any effort to figure out what he bought. Not that it looks bad, it's actually quite cute.
Here, take it.
I have to move my head back a while. I have to move my head back a little when he thrusts it at me to avoid the ice cream and the fruit toppings that ended up from ending up on my nose.
What's this for?
The fuck is that? That... I mean... Fucking yawning, goddamn! I can't stop.
My arm's getting tired. 5, 4, 3, 2...
With a wary glance, I take it off his hands. I still don't understand why there is any need for ice cream today. Nevertheless, I take a small bite. It's actually pretty good. Must have shown on my face, because he chuckles as soon as I take another bite.
Saw the place open the other day, when we watched Zach's movie. Thought I should give it a try. It doesn't seem like a bad place to get food from time to time.
And you're giving me free ice cream because...
He's trying to flirt with you.
Do I need to have a reason?
Are you really going to ask me that?
Here's the thing with Ashton Frey. He does not just treat anyone to free food because he feels like it. He's that much of a Scrooge. Hell, he even asked me how to teach him. Even asked me to teach him how to haggle once. Haggling isn't that hard. I mean, I do that every time I step foot in a damn pawn shop. Haggle, of all people, who'd ask me that. I'd have expected something, such request from Becca, but Ash? Not at all. If I'm gonna be honest, he looks a bit constipated with that expression on his face right now. Well, if he's feeling constipated, he might want to take some Tums or something. I think he's starting to regret ever buying this.
The other day? The movie with Zach and Rebecca? Rebecca's there, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Anyway, during the movie, we, that's to say, we... Shit. Should have written down something first.
I can't help but laugh at this.
Get to the point, Ashton.
Right. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry for, not getting to the point.
Okay, he's so flustered, it's fucking obvious what he's about to ask. Come on now.
I'm sorry for the other day. I got carried away. I said things that upset you. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, shit, I was expecting a completely different turn.
Oh, okay.
Okay? That's all? That's all you're going to say? You're not still angry, are you?
You didn't have to buy me anything. A simple sorry would have been enough.
I bite into the cone again, a small attempt to keep myself occupied and relieve the heat crawling up my face. It doesn't work, but at least I don't have to look at him. Why I'm feeling embarrassed over an apology, I have no idea. It's not like it was even called for. They were being mean, especially him, and in that fraction of a second it hits me. He skipped his day off. He skipped his day off just for today. I should be the one apologizing and thanking him. Silence is an awkward company while we finish our respective snacks. There are words for this, for people like us. For people understanding the sentiments like this, yet in this instant they won't come. As promised, he drops me off in the park right after. Phrases unsaid, still hanging heavily in the air. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier and more languid. The fuck? Stop trying to fuck the dictionary, please, game. I mean, you done used so many fucking words I'd never seen before. Like, you don't need to fucking hump the dictionary. Please stop. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now more people leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts as if the wind blows in the right direction. One could catch a whiff of freshly trimmed grass. Maybe I should try walking home today, get my mind off things. To try and find the words somehow. I hadn't done that
Thanks,
in a while.
Ash, for today.
No problem. Say hi to Rebecca for me.
Yeah, I will.
Fucking yawns. Even so, I linger. We both do. A mild, humid breeze brings the smell of dried leaves, warm to earth, and far-off, distant memory. Of false starts and awkward first meetings. Same place, same people, playing the same parts. Funny how of all the days, my brain chooses to remember it
Wait,
now.
Belle.
Ash exits his car. His stride is unsure when he approaches me. Or maybe this is his showing uncertainty showing? I'm not quite sure. He has never looked uncertain to me before. Always calm, always sure, always collected. He stops a short distance from me, close enough that he's within arm's reach, but just far enough for his voice to be heard over the distant, decent small talk. If this is what it's going to be, he fumbles for something in his pocket.
Here, catch.
A small bag lands cleanly in my outstretched hands before it hits the ground. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he responds by shuffling and stuffing both his hands back in his pockets. Somewhere to his side, he finds an interesting spot to look at. Sometimes you have to wait, Papa said long ago. But this time, I listen. His voice is halted, hesitant, and when he finds it again,
My mom used to make me carry around one of those when I was young. To ward off evil and bring you luck, she said. I don't believe in this stuff now, but if it makes you feel safe since you're a total scaredy cat, then I guess it's okay to give you one to carry around.
Perhaps at the moment there aren't any words for it. I've never been good at those. But right now, I could thank him the best way I know. Or I should thank him the best way I know. Yeah, come on. The secret is don't be a dick. I mean, come on now. I close the distance. I close the short distance separating us, and lightly I place, in place of phrases one couldn't spin together or answer too early to seek out. Alina, fucking hell. Fucking shit. I don't know if I butchered that or what. Let me go back and read that. And lightly, in place of phrases one couldn't spin together or answers too early to seek out, I lean over. Ah, trophy. Words unsaid. Oops, shit. I gave him a little peck on the cheek. The touch is short, fleeting. The kind that speaks volumes of boundaries we don't often cross as friends. Nevertheless, the thought is there. It lingers. In the gentle autumn wind that passes in the empty space separating us when I step back and look up at him with a smile. I thought this was a horror game. It's easy to express gratefulness this way, isn't it? At least with my own family, that's the case. For the two of us, I'm not quite sure. Did he understand? After all, gratitude is considerably harder to put into words when you've spent the latter half of your friendship teetering between good-natured jests and ruffling each other's feathers. Seconds pass before he clears his throat. His face has gone remarkably red, whether from the heat or something else, I can't quite tell. But he understands. I know he does, because the smile on him when he finally meets my eyes is the gentlest I've ever seen him show.
I, gotta go. Got some reports I forgot to file the other day.
Bullshit.
Yeah. See you around.
Fucking bullshit.
Thanks for the ice cream and the charm.
Don't lose it. You won't find one here again if you do.
I won't. I might move like I have 2 left feet, but I know how to take care of my own stuff. I'm not a total klutz.
I know.
In Belle? Remember that one time? Devlin Court?
Oh, I do. With all the clarity in the world.
At the time, when we...
When what?
What I'm trying to say is that you can rely on me. If anything happens. Not the exact same thing, of course, but you get the idea. I'll be around.
Why do I get the feeling this has something to do with the body and the sofa? Like, in all seriousness. Are they just gonna keep, like, insinuating it? Like it has something to do with the story, or am I just looking too deep into the story trying to get that particular part of the story because it's so fucking interesting and was just thrown out of nowhere? I don't know. Fuck it.
I'll keep that in mind. You're not that bad after all.
Before leaving, he waves at me one last time. The next time we talk, we'll be back the way we are. Because at the end of the day, that's how things have always moved between us. What we're familiar with and what we're comfortable with. But for all that, it's always easy to put my own faith in it. I just hope I can keep them safe. Keep him safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling in the distinct smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the groceries, too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? I don't trust this. The cat's name is Berthiel? Fuck it. Or at least that's what the collar says. It's an odd name to give a cat, in my opinion. But it speaks grace, much like the one that carries it. It shows that how the way he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hand's every movement. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. It was a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags of newly brought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have brought all this at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. And now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, with the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home, they're considered ill omens. Lady, they're considered bad luck no matter how you look at it. Well, shit, I just had to take my earbud out. It's raining outside.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
How long have I been recording? 2:20. Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life. Of course, growing up with a rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mama used to call me the little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather and then I'm off. Besides, it's just it isn't like the company is bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or cross my path.
Well, where's your owner anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what they call it for, isn't it? A bandage is wrapped around one of his paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
I take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags beside me and pop it open. I'm about to put it in my mouth when he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
He doesn't meow again as I was expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift a piece in my palm and hold it out to him wearily. He sniffs it once, twice, before...
Baruthia!
As a good, properly trained pet, Baruthio responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss Mikala, hard to miss, what with her height.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you?
No, the cat did not hurt me. It's kind of hard for a cat to hurt me. And fucking hell, I was already at the chapter's end. God damn it. I don't want to stop it now. Fuck it, keep going. At least until this next, until this part. Just have to check. Okay.
Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Baruthio's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
You know, I didn't notice before, but I've just picked up that Scottish accent.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Baruthio's a she.
She? All this time? You didn't check? I mean, that's kind of the first thing you do with an animal is like check to see if it's a male, female. I mean, hell, I've only ever it's like I've made it a point to only get males because they're easier to take care of than females, and not only that, they don't go into heat. Pause in conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely two people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Still, trying to be friendly wouldn't hurt. Yeah, this is screaming, I don't fucking know what to say to her. I don't want to risk, well, I mean, I have plenty enough relationship with her. I mean, I could take a hit on it, be fine, but I could talk about a cat. Ah!
I'm actually surprised you have a cat, Miss McCullough.
And why exactly is that? There are a lot of people who have pets.
Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care of one.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat?
No, not at all. She's very sweet. Just in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck?
Back at home it is. My grandmother used to tell me stories about it.
Nothing has happened to me so far.
Displeasure is evident on her face. Should have asked about the fucking job. Of course, I've forgotten that other people, black cats are an omen of good luck. I've never heard the good luck thing, and honestly, either or. I've had a black cat before, so nothing bad happened. There you go, running your mouth off, Isabella. I racked my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds out a hand.
This is a good place to stop and end this conversation, don't you think so? It is good to see you again, Santos.
A complete dismissal, if I've ever heard one. I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she forgot to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion, with my clients, it's the rights, I mean.
Shit, wrong thing. Keep doing that.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion.
The letter. The same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCallow that the urban legend isn't just legend anymore. They're real. She's not gonna believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hasten to pick up my bags I've left on the bench and run as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, when I'm carrying in my hands weighed far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I just want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house, of her, of my own cowardice. Yeah, go to this next one. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that something or someone who has had a continuous binge on instant noodles would find home-cooked meals enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what is gnawing at me tonight. Neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says is barely registers in my brain. It's hard when things you're trying to keep. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. Honestly, the way I see it, I suppose it's a good thing I did, because why not me? It's better than someone else picking it up. I wish it was somebody else. I actually am glad that it was me. Because if someone's gonna get their ass chewed on, it may as well be me. How fucking big I am, she'd be munching for a while. I wish it was somebody.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening.
Well, shit, that got my attention real quick.
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old.
What?
Working as a real estate agent.
Whoa. Hello. Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Shit, I sat straight the fuck up. No. Okay, yeah, hang on a second. Nope, haven't made that next one. And shit, I might actually keep going. Congratulations, game, you got my attention again. This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this was supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. She didn't even see the letter. Why is she... Whatever. These are just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone keeps telling me, so why? And I immediately rushed to my study table and searched for my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly as soon as it touches as soon as I touch the edges. A piece of paper folded. A piece of folded paper. The letter lying unassumingly beside it slips to the floor when I pick up the device. But I pay it no mind. There's more important things. Right now, to call her. I need to call her. I was with her. I was with her not too long ago. She was okay. No. It isn't Rose, I'm sure of it. I saw a picture of her, but I'm sorry, I was Rose. I just talked to her and a sob escapes me as hot tears begin blurring my vision. One after another they trickle down, weighed by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number on my contact list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, and call me a wood.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial, whispering, praying. Please.
Come on, Rose! Don't do this to me! Please pick up!
It's kind of heartbreaking.
I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxborn in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background, a deafening static sounds from my phone speakers, but in my ears I can only hear the screams, her pleas, her whispers. I don't know if y'all heard that, but that was a very low pulse. We are not safe. Clearly not. Well, shit, I wasn't expecting that. And we're still not there. Whatever, this is actually a pretty good way to place to end it. So, no, return to the main menu. Alright, so, okay. Alright, so this is actually where I'm going to cut the video. I've been going for 2 hours, 30 minutes. So, anyway, if you liked the video, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.